afternoon, South Africa, and a very, very warm welcome to you. My name is Jeannie D, and this is Afternoon Express, this splendid Friday afternoon. So with a barrage of new music flooding the airwaves every single day, it takes a special artist to transcend beyond anonymity. Ever so often, we come across a true artist whose talent cuts above the rest. Now, Kid Tini is one such artist, and we chat to the youngster about his breakthrough in the music scene. We also meet Buhle Ngaba, a multi-award-winning South African actor, writer, and theatre activist who's using her skills and platform to empower young women. And we have design extraordinaire Mzukisi Mbane of the clothing brand Imprint SA, or ZA, in the loft to showcase his designs for the upcoming Sun Met. Now, be sure to enter the competition and stand a chance to win an exclusive VVIP experience to attend this year's Sun Met by commenting on our Facebook page and letting us know what you would wear if you won. Now, today is Friday, which means we've got a lot of fries in the kitchen, yay!
Yay, indeed. Good afternoon, South Africa. My name is Balisa Dembe, and we are back in the kitchen. We've made it to Friday, which means we need to reward ourselves for a hard-earned week. And to help us do so, we've got Chef Kim in the building. How's it going?
It's been a great week, don't you think?
It has been. I've really enjoyed this week. It's our first week being live on SABC3, coming back with Afternoon Express, and we're cooling it down in the kitchen today.
We absolutely are. Doing a frozen melon and banana layered smoothie using Tropika, of course.
Ooh.
It's delicious, it's frozen, it's a perfect way to coolly slide into the weekend.
Okay, I like that. I like the layers that I'm hearing here. Mango, we got some banana. I'm keen for that.
Yeah, definitely. But then you see, just when we get you nice and cold, we bring the fuego. The fire is coming down today in the loft.
Fire. Yeah. I'm not ready for it, Kim. What do you have up your sleeve?
I was worried if I should actually tell you what the fire is all about. Maybe we should keep it for a little later.
I'm a bit scared,
yeah.
But I love heat in the kitchen, so I don't think I'm too afraid of that. I'm from Durban, so, you know, I bring the heat in the kitchen.
Big talk, eh? Big talk.
Okay, well, challenge accepted, Clem. Challenge accepted. Now, Kid Tini was first inspired by his older brother to create music at the young age of 17. He produced his first mixtape and has consequently gotten the attention for his fresh take on hip-hop and his skillful lyricism. But his song, Make Ezela, has definitely captured the hearts and catapulted his career after receiving 100,000 views on YouTube. Now, that's a lot. Take a look at this.
Mama wankulisa wanithandaze waniki mfudumalo xa kubanda you. Now I walk like I deserve it from me. Yeah, just in case you never got the memo. All you need a plan B. You can find me with a fan B. So game on my own lane, but I'm running in crash B. I got old word to some new ish. Couldn't leave that shit behind me. Panda push a single lolly trying to get a platinum plaque right beside me. I never switch up.
Now that is talent. Please welcome to the loft, Kid Tini. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So good to have you here. I've got to tell you that I've got two favorite genres of music. One is deep house and the other is hip hop. I love hip hop.
Oh yeah?
And oh yeah, I'm the biggest hip hop fan.
Okay.
Your sound is just so fresh and you've got the most beautiful tone in your voice. It's
Thank you
such a
so
pleasure
much.
listening to you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, most kids at 17 are trying to get through high school. They're trying to focus on their matric. They're you know, still deciding what they want to be when they're big.
Yeah.
And you were basically juggling two lives, school life and music life.
Yeah.
How did you get your intro into the music scene?
So basically, I was working with my brother at the time.
Yeah.
We had an independent record label set up. It was called Tinism.com. You know, it was just us trying to break into the music industry, and you know, we tried to, you know, do what we can, even though, you know, it was tough at the time because we were independent, so we had to do everything ourselves, which includes, you know, getting on TV, you know, radio, airplay, you know, all those things. So it was challenging, but, you know, I learned a lot from it, and, you know, I'm glad to be here now.
Yeah, I would love to hear your mixtape. Do you still have it? And like
I do actually. I still have it in my playlist. It's crazy. I think you'd like it.
Yeah, I would love to hear it. Because I think that you do such an amazing narration of social commentary, and you make it listenable and accessible, and also messages that are so important for the youth to hear. But I heard that trying to explain to your parents that you wanted to do music wasn't easy.
Yeah.
So that's why you had to do both.
Yeah, I had to convince them, you know, to trust me, basically. And, you know, I had to do that using, you know, my books. I had to make sure my academics were up to par for me to even participate in any kind of music whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was the deal for me. So I knew I just had to, you know, make sure my grades was up so that, you know, I can do what I really want to do and, you know, live my dream.
Because if you could handle both, they weren't going to tell you no.
Exactly.
So what were your matric results like?
They were cool. I actually passed, you know. A lot of people thought it wouldn't happen because, you know, I was juggling, but, you know, it actually worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I recently watched your music video for Ncinga, the song that you're going to be performing for us today.
Yeah.
And you just released the video last week.
Yeah.
And wow, it is so powerful, and the imagery is so captivating because it tells such a real life story that thousands of kids in Africa are faced with every single day.
Sure.
And I love how you went and covered the opposite side of hip-hop, where everybody's covering the party. You covered what happens after the party and the lonely space around that. Why don't you tell us about it? Like, describe the video for us, what's happening, and why you decided to use it.
Okay, basically the song is about, you know, it's a story about, it highlights social ills like teenage abortion, teenage pregnancy, illegal abortion, you know, depression and suicide. You know, I felt so compelled to write it and put it out there because I felt like these are things we like to kind of brush under the carpet as a society, and especially in the music industry. You know, I feel like it's saturated with the same sound. Everyone is talking about the same things. And I just kind of felt like, you know, I needed to separate myself from the rest and kind of, you know, connect with my supporters in a way that, you know, others may not. You know what I mean? Because it's very important for me that my supporters resonate with me and, you know, kind of relate to my music. And I know that, you know, most of them are youngsters, and chances are they've had to deal with similar situations. Yeah. And if not, they probably still might.
I think hip-hop has got the ability to penetrate the ears and the souls of the youth. And yet, I think a lot of the content is always like popping bottles, which often becomes quite shallow.
Very true.
How have you been impacted personally by the content that you write about?
It gets scary at times, you know, because, you know, you're sharing personal stories, things that actually happen. These are not just, you know, in my imagination. I've experienced, you know, similar, you know, situations to a certain extent. Yeah. So it gets scary, but, you know, I'm more concerned with my message and the people it reaches and how, you know, people respond to my message. And I'm just trying to make the world a better place with my music. Yeah,
well, things like illegal abortion and depression, do you think when kids watch your music video and hear your words, do you think that it'll make them question decisions that they might make?
Yeah, I think so. I think they might think twice about, you know, making rational decisions, like, you know, illegal abortion. Because, you know, the consequences can be fatal, and that's the only, you know, message I'd like to, you know, spread and make them aware of.
And the statistics are terrifying if you see how many people are having illegal
It's crazy.
abortions. Yeah.
It's crazy, for real.
Well, I think you're an incredible talent, and I think you've got a very, very important message to share.
Thank you so much.
So I really hope the youth does respond to you as well as I think they will.
I hope so too.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We can't wait for your performance a little bit later.
I can't wait to. Let's do it.
I really think that Kid Tini has to change his name because there's nothing childish or immature about his message and his music, and I'm looking forward to hearing that maturity later on in the show. So after the break, we make the smoothest melon and banana layered smoothie with Chef Clem. See you after the break.
Clover Crush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover.
There's nothing smoother than the fresh, cool taste of Clover Tropika, made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and to channel my inner Gareth Cliff, it's the weekend, baby. So, Clem, we haven't done this in a very long time. We need to give our viewers a little Friday shimmy.
Okay, cool.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I'll do like a robot one. Okay, cool. Go.
Okay, 1, 2, 1,
Go.
2. Hey, it's Friday, Clem. Finally, it's time to have a good time, and that's exactly what we're doing in the kitchen today. So it's Friday, and to get ready for the weekend, we'll be showing you a fantastic treat with our Tropika melon and banana layered smoothie. So celebrate the taste of summer and make use of the fruits that are currently in season. For the list of ingredients and recipe link, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. SMSs are charged at R1.50, and free SMSs do not apply. Clem, we've shimmied it out.
Okay.
We've channeled our inner Gareth Cliff, but now we need to cool it all down.
All right.
How do we do that?
It's raining in Cape Town right now.
Yes.
But there isn't a better time to eat ice cream or frozen drink like we can do today when it's cold outside and raining. True story. So today's drink, frozen and delicious.
I agree, yes.
Okay, are you ready for this one? So we've got some melon. I'm actually not a fan of melon.
No, why?
Sweet melon, I just don't know. To be honest with you, it has the same flavor profile as cucumber, and I'm like...
But I think that's my selling point, because it's not too sweet, it's not too bitter, it's that perfect medium, I feel.
Okay.
And that's what I need in my fruit.
The one thing about melon, though, if I add something like pineapple to it in a drink, I'll do it. Then I like it. So, pineapple, today we're using our Tropika pineapple. That's going in there.
Okay. And is there any specific link? Is there a reason why we're mixing melon with pineapple? Can it happen with any flavor?
You know what? Go crazy and mix all the flavors that you want. I just think pineapple and melon go really well together.
Okay.
But go crazy. Actually, I think a little bit more. There's nothing, it's not going to taste bad.
We always need more
try a couple of combinations. Let me know what you feel like goes well together.
Could taste good.
Here we go.
Okay.
So, first layer, it's a layered drink, of course. So, first layer, melon and pineapple going in.
Okay. Whipping it in, that sounds good.
That's it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, very important tip. The melon is frozen.
Oh, all right.
Did I not say that?
No, you didn't.
Very, very important.
Oh, but that's okay. Is there a reason why we need to freeze our melons?
Yeah, it keeps the drink nice and cold, and it gives like a nice little texture to it as well.
And I'm so interested to find out, how do you separate the different layers? Because for me, a drink, everything is meant to blend together.
Yeah, okay, you know, the thing is, if it's quite frozen, rock hard, then it will separate. You'll have that solid pineapple and melon layer.
Okay.
Ours have thawed out a little bit, but we're still gonna get a bit of that layer, okay?
Okay, let's try it. Let's try it.
So, frozen banana going in again. So you always do your lightest color first in the blender. Because if you did the red one first...
It would dye the rest of the juice.
Exactly.
The drink.
So let's put this over here.
That is such a good tip. Knowing me, I would just do it in any kind of order.
And you know what?
And make a mess of my drink.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a mess. It'd just be like I said, it'll kind of marbled. And marbled's all on trend.
Marbled is on trend. I actually want to get marbled nails. So, but we don't want that in our drink right now.
No, not right now, not right now. Okay, frozen banana gone in there. Tropika Cool Red in.
Okay.
Give it a mix. Actually, while I'm going to do that, can you grate some... There we go, you do that. Watch those nails, watch your nails.
I got you. Over the drink. Oh, I absolutely love the smell of fresh lemon zest.
You could actually zest that inside this drink with a banana.
Smells so good.
The thing about frozen banana is it actually turns into like an ice cream texture when you blend it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it gets so thick, hey?
Absolutely.
Okay, I like that.
There we go.
It looks so good
Can you
so
see the layers?
far.
I kind of poured it in too hard, but I mean, you can kind of see the pink and the yellow.
And right now, everyone is looking for something fresh to try out in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Because the sports are on steroids right now. It's the cricket, it's the football. So a lot of us who are entertaining are looking for some nice treats like this, and this is perfect. Thank you so much, Clem.
Thank you.
Simple, straightforward, it's smooth and exotic. What's not to love? Remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe. And here's a little reminder in case you need to see how we made this one more time.
Made with love by Clover.
Ah, Sally, you do have talents, my girl. This is amazing. Now, multi-award-winning actress and theatre activist Buhle Ngaba joins us after the break for a really insightful conversation on her career. Plus, we try out a new Chilli Cheese Burger.
Clover Crush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express this fabulous Friday, and we've got one of our favourite people in the loft again. Yay. So the last time Buhle Ngaba was in the loft, she was about to travel overseas for Dr. John Carney's theatre production Missing, which earned her various award nominations, one of them being the prestigious South African Fleur de Cap Award. Yay. But when Buhle isn't collecting awards, she's playing the role of empowering young women through her NPO Kamatla. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Jeannie.
I mean, I always think I'm busy and I work hard, and then I see what you do and I just think, wow, this girl, you're operating on the same hours in the day as Beyonce.
Exactly, but the thing is I'm operating on the same hours as Jeannie D too.
Well,
is the thing. Is the thing.
Yeah, but well done on everything.
Thank
like you've had an absolutely exceptional year. And I was looking at you coming in, and sexy skirts, sexy legs, and then I read that, you know, I've been thinking recently, you know, as you get older, you look back on your life and you think of the things that happen in your life that impact you, whether you know it or not, that build the person that you are today. And I read that when you were a little girl, 6 or 7 years old, you had an operation that left you in a wheelchair. For how long?
For about 6 months. So it was the craziest thing because I've done ballet since I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
I loved to, any way I could perform is what I made sure I did.
Yeah.
So I used to come back home after ballet rehearsals and my grandmother pointed out to my mother that I was getting blisters in very bizarre places.
Yeah.
And so I went to the doctor, checked it out, they did x-rays. It turns out that I had an extra bone in my ankle. And that I'd have to have a very, very intense operation to basically take that bone out extend, I think, here, and then recover for 6 months.
So wheelchair-bound for
Yes.
6 months.
Yes.
For what I can imagine, you must have been such an energetic, such a bustling little bundle of joy.
I was a lunatic. I didn't let it hold me back. At school, for example, I remember we had like a violin concert or something, and instead of going, because they wanted to take me out, and they were like, no, Buhle, you're not feeling so well, I refused, and I insisted on leading the procession for the concert. And I think I've always been that way inclined. Never letting the things that look like they stop you from doing something actually stop you, because they don't.
Yeah, you can take many things from experiences, though.
Yeah.
What do you, or how do you think that experience impacted you?
I think that very directly it was from that point that I realized that I just wanted to soar.
Yeah.
You know, I know it sounds pretty cheesy, but I mean, not being able to walk for such a short while really gave me wings. And I think that what it also did was it helped me to begin to understand how different people navigate the world. And I think that that's really helped me with my work now, because it's something that I understand only a little bit, but I still kind of can begin to understand.
And apparently that time in your life inspired your work on Swan Song.
Exactly. And as I said, because it gave me wings, you know, made me pretty determined, because I forced my way onto stage despite being in a wheelchair. I think that that's when I began to learn that there's always an audience if you look for them, and if you create the work, they will come.
Yeah. And you are so fascinating to watch. You are a pleasure to watch, because you are such an extraordinary talent. All of that hard work and all of that talent obviously offered you the Brett Golden Bursary.
Yes.
And then you went to Stratford-upon-Avon to the Shakespeare Company.
Yes.
What an experience.
It was absolutely incredible, really, really, really. For people that maybe don't know, Brett Golden was a really incredible young actor who was murdered. I think now it's about 12 years ago. And he was supposed to go to the Royal Shakespeare Company. And I think with Dame Janet Suzman and John Gunny and the Baxter had made this possible. And 2 days before he went, him and his friend were murdered. And what they decided to do from that point was to establish the Brett Golden Bursary, where every 2 years they'd send 2 young South African actors to go and do a residency there. And it was honestly one of the most life-changing experiences, because not only am I standing on the same stages that Judi Dench has been on, you know, but on top of all of that, I'm being given an opportunity to really showcase my work and who I am as an African artist all the way there.
And actually, you bring tears to my eyes, because you were so authentically that when you came back, you did a Shakespearean piece. And for your exam, you wrote it all in isiXhosa.
Yes. Well,
you translated Elizabethan English into isiXhosa. I mean, wow, that couldn't have been easy.
It wasn't. One of the things that I said I would do if I got the bursary, because I understood that myself as a South African artist, I mean, everything that we learn is so important. And more than anything, in order to encourage an industry forward, you have to teach. I think that it's a responsibility. So when I got the opportunity last year to be a guest lecturer for just a term at UCT, what I did was I worked with an incredible bunch of students, my chickens, is what I call them. Shout out to them. And we managed to do some really incredible work. And yes, I translated with the help of an incredible translator, Fundile Majola. We translated Macbeth, which they were doing for the exam, into isiXhosa. Because what I realized that for 2 of my students, it wasn't that they didn't get it. They did get it. It's just that the language didn't allow.
Yeah, but how many people understand Elizabethan English anyway?
Exactly.
It is difficult. So what a great, great piece of work that you've done.
Yes.
What I wanted to ask, there was obviously like 14th century Elizabethan English.
Yes.
Is there an equivalent of 14th century isiXhosa?
I am so glad that you asked that question, because that's the thing that I always love to point out. It wasn't like Xhosa that you're just speaking as you walk down the street. It was traditional, proper Xhosa.
Pure version of the
Exactly.
language.
So
Wow.
what actually happened was, initially my students were super excited about it. They were like, yes, it's going to be in Xhosa, it's going to be easier. When I handed it to them, they were like, yo, Buhle, it's actually harder. Which I loved, because I went, exactly, the integrity of what an African language actually means. We don't explore that enough, I don't think.
Celebrating the purity of that language. Beautiful.
Exactly.
We're running out of time, but I have to ask you, because you are working on uplifting the youth, and especially young black women.
Yes.
And I think it's really fitting now, because it's the beginning of the year.
Yes.
How do you give women a voice? What can a woman at home, young women at home, what can they do personally to restore and find their own voices?
I think you used such a great word there, Jeannie, when you said restore, because I think that the thing that I continuously discover is that everyone does have a voice, you know. Initially, I used to make this mistake of thinking that, you know, one can be given voice, and I suppose I felt the same when I was younger, but it was only after I started to really do the things myself, empower myself, look for ways forward for myself, that I started to understand that I do have my own, and it's only once I tried to develop that voice and focused on that, that the things started to happen. So I think my greatest bit of advice would be just do you, you know, whatever that means, do it and do it fully. There is no point in trying to imitate anyone because at the end of the day, it's your story, your journey, your voice.
You're amazing. You are so, every time I see you, I'm just so inspired by you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Jeannie.
And what a great message.
Yay.
It's so good to have seen Buhle come so far. She's truly such an inspiration to all girls and boys out there. Now, the theme for this year's The Summit is African Luxury Precious Metals. Now, what would you wear if you and your partner want a VIP experience to attend the Summit on the 26th of January? Well, comment on our competition page on our Facebook Afternoon Express page and stand a chance to win a VIP experience to the value of 30,000 Rand. The competition closes 1 minute to midnight on Monday, the 21st of January, 2019. T's and T's apply.
Are you nervous, Pali?
I'm literally sweating.
So what's better than a cheeseburger? Well, I'll tell you. McDonald's brand new Chilli Cheese Burger is. And because they love us so much and we love them so much, they have sent the entire studio their new Chilli Cheeseburgers to try out. Woo!
Yes.
They're loving it. And I can't wait to tuck in. But I do believe that Clem's got to make everything hard, and he's got something sneaky up his sleeve this afternoon.
There's no such thing as a free meal, okay? Especially because we love chili so much. I thought, let's have a bit of a throwdown.
Yeah.
Pali had some big talk earlier about being the dynamite, Durban, darling. There we go.
I've seen her with chili before. She can handle
and
like
the Jalapeno Genie D moves and yeah, okay, good. No, guys, yeah, absolutely. This is very serious, okay?
Clem, what are the rules? Because I do not want to be like sweating in studio, burning up.
Is the paddle for spanking?
No, please no. Okay, very simple.
Only if you ask
Oh,
nicely.
very simple.
She is spicy. Give her the red chili. 5 true or false questions, okay? No hair pulling, no biting, none of that. And I'll only recognize you if you address me as Games Master Clem.
Wow.
All right, cool. Are you ready?
So ready.
First question, true or false? The most common vitamin found in a chili is vitamin A. Pali, you got it incorrect. Now allow me to tell you what the punishment is. But first, let me tell you the correct answer. It's false. The most common vitamin is vitamin C. Interesting fact, half a cup of chopped chilies.
So then I got it right.
No, you got it.
I got it right.
Whoa, what did you say is true?
I changed it.
I'm so sorry. My bad. The adjudicator's telling me it was my mistake. I'm sorry. Hey, Steve Harvey made that mistake on world stage. I am sorry. Jeannie, you got it incorrect. The common vitamin is vitamin C. Take a small bite of your chili, please, and pick which one. Green one, red one, it's up to you.
Games Master Clem, now the game is starting to become
Now it's real, that's real. Okay, by the way, here's a little milkshake for you, just to help the burn if it gets as hot.
Yeah, babes, you might need this.
Question two, are you ready? True or false? Birds love the taste and spice of chili.
Doesn't it depend on what bird? Like
no.
this bird likes it.
No, not at all.
This is a difficult one. You say they do like the taste.
Birds love the taste of spice and chili.
I don't think birds have taste buds, so I'm going to go with no.
Pali's got it right. It's false.
We both have it right.
No, did you not swap it?
I did that.
Is that
I said
allowed?
they
Is
ju- I
swapping
said
allowed?
birds
Games,
don't
Okay,
taste
all
Games
right,
Master
okay.
Clem.
False, they can't taste the heat at all. Okay, question 3. Question 3.
So I'm in the lead with 2, Jeannie with 1.
1. Okay, true or false? A chili is actually considered a fruit.
Oh, I know this one. Oh, I don't. This is awkward.
Is that your final answer, Jeannie? Would you like to call a friend?
No, yeah.
True. It's a fruit.
Guys, I'm so good at this
All right,
game.
okay. All
I'm
right, yes,
really
yes,
good
yes.
at this
Okay,
game.
well, we got to go to the next one immediately. Polly is in the lead. 3, 2, next question. True or false? The heat of a chili is measured in a scale called the spiceometer. Both of them are correct. It's actually the Scoville unit. Well done, guys.
High five, we're doing really well at
All right.
this.
True or false? The ghost pepper is the hottest pepper in the world.
Oh.
Both of you are correct. False. It is the Carolina Reaper. Okay, so 4,
So I
3.
win.
No.
Oh.
Bonus.
Yeah, this
Our
is where I
featured
clean.
pepper of the day in the chili cheeseburger is the jalapeno. We love it, yes. But can you spell it, okay? And by the way, can I just say there is something very special in the spelling of jalapeno?
No, wait.
She copied me.
I did not. First of all, my eyes were on my own notes.
She copied me. I saw
Okay,
her.
I'm
She
gonna-
was doing that all
Games
the time.
Master
Okay.
Clem, but at the end of the day, I still got more correct.
All right, we're taking this in the spirit of cricket right now. All right, can I get an answer? Okay, for Jeannie, can I get some feedback from our secretary? Jeannie, you've got it correct. All right, Palesa.
Also correct.
I definitely got it correct.
Oh, guys, okay, it's correct.
So
Okay,
I officially
right.
won the entire thing.
You win. So, Jeannie, as the loser, take another bite. You take another bite, and Palesa, we crown
I
you.
don't let hot things intimidate me.
Oh,
In fact,
okay.
I'm
Especially
attracted to
not this hot thing.
All right. And as the winner, you get crowned with you are now dubbed the Pali Pepper Princess of the Lord. Woo!
Because who's got the spice in this kitchen?
Oh.
He picked a pie, pick a pie, pick a
Oh, can we give Palesa a hand, everyone?
But also, guys, can I feel like I should win
So are
a
these
bite
the
of my
new
burger?
burgers?
That's the new burger. It's absolutely amazing. Oh. But in the spirit of being a true team player, I'm going to take a bite. Because I had a burger earlier.
Okay, let's do it together.
You're going to do
Kim.
it, okay?
For you, Jeans.
Do it.
Cheers.
Yeah, now that is teamwork. So the McDonald's Chilli Cheese Double Burger has hit South African shores, so be one of the first to try it. Little moments of love and don't have to cost a lot, so grab a chili cheeseburger meal for only R39.90 at your nearest McDonald's or on the McDelivery or Uber Eats app. We
don't know what you just did. It's fine.
I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm holding it together.
Are we?
We are barely. So we catch up with fashion designer Mzukisi to chat his designs for the upcoming Sunmates after the break. See you after the break. Cheers.
Oh, this is great.
I'm in this.
Express yourself.
to Afternoon Express this fabulous Friday afternoon. Now, Mzukisi Mbane is no stranger to the loft. His brand imprint has become one of the most recognizable brands in the country. It's no wonder that he gives back to us, and he's given us a little preview of his amazing collection inspired by this year's theme for the luxurious Sunmet. But first, let's have a little look at his showcase at the AFI last year. Just so good. Everything you do just looks lush.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about this film.
So for the film, I wanted to pay or to give respect to where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times I celebrate this African identity,
yeah.
I tell this this African narrative, but it's never really about my roots, as in where I was born, where I was raised. And also, if you look at the film, it's all about that female, that strong African female, which is me being raised by a single mom and being able to do what I wanted to do. Yeah. So the whole story is about creating possibilities and, yeah.
But it's so amazing because you can see it in your work. The way you celebrate femininity in your dresses, your woman always has length.
It's something, yeah.
It's amazing. It's really, really beautiful. It's a beautiful thread that you carry.
And I absolutely love how, with some designs, you play with either the cleavage showing a little bit or that high slits that's so iconic that you do so well. I mean, the last time you were in the loft, you were here to showcase a monochrome look that you put together. But you've done so much since then. You took a trip to Monaco. Tell us about your trip.
I recently, just a few months ago last year, I showcased in Morocco, which is just amazing. Yeah, especially because for me, it always goes back to the fact that I'm all...
Where were you, in Marrakesh?
No, we're not in Marrakesh. We're in the Casablanca.
Oh,
yeah, which is beautiful. Yeah,
Casablanca is a very special place.
Yeah, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how the brand would totally fit in. So for me to showcase there and to come across as this brand that's being celebrated all over Africa, it was amazing. Yeah.
And you must have just loved, because Morocco has got those beautiful fabrics everywhere you go, incredible leathers. You must have had a field day.
I bought a lot of leather stuff, actually.
Yeah. And your signature is also extraordinary fabrics. What else have you been doing these past 2 years? Because I think you were here last 2 years ago, hey?
Yeah, but I also I did come back for other stuff. But in terms of the brand, we got to showcased in Joburg, which was also something amazing, given the fact that the brand has grown so much. Yeah. And our client base is like, now we're looking at like 80% in Joburg, which does make sense given the fact that we're still in Cape Town. Yeah. So the brand has grown, and we're selling now a lot internationally, which is also amazing. Amazing. Because the brand gets to be celebrated not just in Africa, but the rest of the world.
And you certainly have a very, very strong brand identity now. So I think it's only fitting that you're going to be working with Sunmet for the Met.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, of course. So what was your interpretation of the theme? So it's African luxury, precious metals. What was your interpretation? And do you want to show us what you got?
So actually, I just broke it down. So I worked with the African luxury element at first, which went to the brand's aesthetic, which is that strong African identity. And then introduced the precious metal, which in this look you can see the silver touches of the print, which goes back to, like, you can actually see that it's imprint. Yeah. And then with other looks, you'll see that I introduced gold in the look, so you can see the precious element the precious metal element in the styling, and also carries through to the fabric choice that I made, which was also very difficult because that issue that you might choose the precious metal that doesn't photograph very well, but it looks beautiful. So Yeah, there was a lot of challenge with that. And also introducing it to menswear, because, you know, usually for men, you need to be very traditional and you need to keep it super simple. So yeah, it's beautiful.
Now, this second look is quite different from what we expect from Imprint's designs.
Yeah.
You always go with the incredible patterns that just are timeless. But today you took a bit of a risk. Tell us about the second look.
I think it's actually inspired by our last fashion week, which was Afro Asia. So if you look at the silhouette, it's very much Asian inspired, with the fusion of Africa and then including the precious metal element to it. And I love taking risks. I always want to push the brand to the next level, which is something that I want to do in order to grow.
What is her hat?
It's
brilliant.
Yeah, it's actually one of those 70s record.
Yeah.
So I just took that and I created this beautiful headpiece. And
so it's a vinyl?
It's a vinyl, yeah.
I'm obsessed.
It's all about those smart ideas that,
This looks fun.
Yeah, this one is very chilled. It's very much sun-met, because when you think of the day, you think of it's going to be super hot. So you want to breathe, you want to be still in theme, but you also want to be comfortable. So it's all about comfort and pop of color.
It looks like our gentleman has been transporting us to the year 2030.
And that's what Imprint is about, because it's Afro-futuristic. So it's always about taking it to the future.
I love that.
What kind of other looks can we expect that take it to the extreme, that take it futuristic? I mean, what are you trying to stay away from when you're in the sun-met?
You want to play, you want to choose your metallics very, very, very smartly. Yeah. You don't want to take something that's going to be too hot. You don't want to take something that's going to become a reflector on the day. You also want to be comfortable. So your shoe choice is very important. You need accessories.
Wedges?
Yeah.
We were literally speaking about that yesterday, that wedges are it. With this final look, I see that you paired it with those wedges.
Which is also very important for the comfort. But you also need to choose a very edgy wedge, because a wedge can either look very edgy or very grandma.
Or very heavy
exactly.
on the ankle. Yeah. So I always heard that there was a rule in fashion that if it's shiny, you don't wear it during the day.
Yeah.
So shiny is for nighttime, not for daytime.
Yeah.
Okay? So I love that with this last piece that you've got, it's kind of a matte metallic, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about when you're choosing your metallics. You need to go for something that doesn't really... Because you also have to consider the sun, you have to consider the people taking pictures of you during the day.
You don't want to be a disco ball.
Exactly. No one wants to look like that. No.
I mean, sometimes I can contour myself that I look like an Oscar, but I mean, that's about as shiny as
I would love to put you up on my pedestal, Jeannie. I am not going to lie. And I see that today you also incorporated it in your trousers, the same kind of pattern. I love that print.
Yeah, the Ndebele print. It's always taking back to, because it's African luxury for us, it's taking it back to that African identity. And the Ndebele, it's something that's very strong when it comes to print, especially in South Africa. Yeah. You identify it instantly. So yeah, I decided to choose that.
Yeah, you're amazing. You are so talented.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
Is your mom proud of you?
She's super proud. Now she's attending fashion weeks. I love the fact that she's always front row. For me, she's always like the first person that I look for. Like there's always a lot of nerves. There's a lot of rush in the backstage. So when I walk out and I see her sitting there, and especially the fact that she raised an accountant. So for me to live that life and to be doing this, it's amazing.
Well, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, I suppose. And you've certainly proven that. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
We're going to be seeing you at the Sun Met. So the theme for this year's Sun Met is African luxury precious metals. So what outfit would you and your partner wear if you won a VVIP experience to attend the Sun Met on the 26th of January? So comment on the competition post on the Afternoon Express Facebook page and stand a chance to win a VVIP experience to the value of 30,000 Rand. So competition closes at like a minute to midnight on Monday, the 21st of January, 2019, and T's and C's apply.
Yep, up and coming rapper Kid Tini delivers an energetic performance after the break. See you after the break.
Express yourself.
1 2 1 2. Yep.
time. Hell of a life. Better time. Better time. Hell of a life. Better time. When are you coming home? 'Cause when I'm all alone, yo, I had to write this song.
5 minutes? So you can come. Give me an indication where to. Okay, so where are you gonna be at? I'll be standing right there. Okay, cool. So I'll just swing. Cool. All right, cool. Yeah.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and this is the time that I've been waiting for on a Friday afternoon, winding it down with some amazing tunes. Now, Kid Tini's song Abanga tackles issues of suicide and the issue of teenage pregnancy among the youth in South Africa, accompanied by powerful visuals. The thought-provoking song sends out a message that we all need to take heed of. Kid Tini, ladies and gentlemen, take away.
Time. Hell of a life. Better time. When are you coming home? 'Cause when I'm all alone, better time. Yo, I had to write this song. Been waiting way too long. Better time. Dingangawe. Diklingangawe. 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 Diklingangawe.
I wasn't ready, and I know it's no excuse. I'm sad to say, but it's the truth. It's not my lack of love for you. I wasn't ready, but now the day goes by, and you're not on my mind, 'cause you're still mine. I hate to hear, but I fear that you could be on the way. Every night I pray he keeps you for another day, 'cause you deserve more than what I'll provide in this moment in time. Hope you never think it's your fault, 'cause I know that it's mine. Honestly, I feel I'm too young and your mom's still a child. It don't matter how it go down, I'ma stick by her side. Hope you never feel about Pop how I feel about mine. Working so I make my own mark before I run out of time. 'Cause this industry is cutthroat, got me feeling type cold. It's what I hit the blunt for. One day I'ma get to see you coming through that front door, and when that day comes, I always show you love like.
When are you coming home? 'Cause when I'm all alone, Dingangawe. Yo, I had to write this song. Been waiting way too long. Dingangawe. Diklingangawe. 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 Diklingangawe.
in like a day or two. I said I miss you already, she told me save it through. I need to think about the you trying to sway me to. Do you even know what that is finna take me through? You so insensitive, emotionally unavailable. I gave you my heart, hitter, you said to be safe with you. Open now, you switching P-way, it's always the same with you. You ain't even listening, you know what, forget it. Listen, I heard every word, I just don't know what to say to you. I can't see the future, but I really pray we make it through. I'm working on me, I'll be better, you gon' see it too. I just need some patience, kinda like that doctor's waiting room and your cooperation. I'm here for your consolation. We need no new fixation, ain't got the time to be wasting with no lame chick. Plus you the one I wrote this fucking song for. I know life's short, but we in it for the long haul.
When are you coming home? Cause when I'm all alone, yeah. I had to write this song. Been waiting way too long.
Kid Tini, please may you come join us.
How good is he? So cool, just so smooth.
I feel like when he slipped into that harmony at that last chorus, oh, you took me to another level. Those feelings, I felt it. I felt every single word that you wrote.
Thank you so much.
I mean, look at the level of overachievers on this couch. I love it. I've got to ask you,
Yes.
because I interviewed you for your first book.
Yes.
Is there another one coming out?
There is actually another book, and it's called The New Girl Code.
Yes.
Very exciting. A tech entrepreneur, Yannicka, approached me about this book that started off in Amsterdam, then in the UK, then in Sweden, and she asked me to do the South African version, and I did. So Isabel van Houten, a 13-year-old girl from Sweden, etc., is now Tumi Letsatsi from Cape Town, which is really exciting, and it encourages young girls to get into STEM, which is so wonderful. And this year I'll be working with Code Space Cape Town on something super special to encourage young women to get into coding.
And learning how to code is essentially learning another language.
Exactly.
I mean, wow.
Exactly.
Okay,
Insane.
great.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Just, why not?
I can barely even speak my own language. So what's happening for you this year? Big things.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I'm looking at doing a show in London, which I was supposed to do actually in Feb, but delayed it. Also got an invite for New York Fashion Week. I'm also looking at doing that for September. So there's a lot of international opportunities. Exciting. And there's also something huge that I can't talk about at the moment, which is
you're going to tell us, and you're going to come back and tell us all about it.
And you, exclusive.
We are just, we've got our eyes on you.
Oh, yeah?
You are a star. You're coming back very soon as well. Thank you so much to all of our sensational guests for being here today. It's been an
Thank you so
amazing show.
much.
Have a beautiful weekend. We love you so much. Thank you. All right.
Just like that, see you next week. Good night, God bless. Have a great evening.
Good night, God bless. Ciao.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.